Welcome to BlissHills Relationship Marital Hub, where love grows, wisdom speaks, and families thrive.
Hello. Can I show you how to reconnect back when both of you start feeling like roommates? Yes, it does happen. Have you ever looked across the living room at your spouse and realized that you feel more like roommates than soulmates? Yeah. You may share a mortgage together. You may share chores, home chores together. You can even share your kids together, but the romance is completely gone. You share every other thing together, but the romance, which both of you are also meant to share together in marriage, is also gone. Now, I welcome you back to BlissHills family. If this is you that I'm trying to talk about, don't panic. And please don't go anywhere. Sit tight so we can all learn and grow together. You see, becoming roommates is the natural default setting of a busy marriage. Did you get what I just said now? I said becoming roommates is the natural default setting of a busy marriage. So that means to say, if you begin to notice that both of you have started feeling more like roommates rather than soulmates, one of the major causes is always busy marriage, chasing after money, chasing after other things, but neglecting your marriage. So today, I'm giving you 3 practical steps to wake up that love story that is currently sleeping in your home, under your roof. Now, let me give you the 3 of them. The 3 steps to reconnect back to your husband, to your wife, so that love you once shared together will come back alive. Number 1 step, please learn to end that logical only conversation. I call it logical only conversation. What do I mean here? Stop making your only daily interactions to be about groceries, to be about shopping. Whenever both of you discuss, you are discussing about things to buy and things not to buy. Whenever both of you are talking, you are only talking about bills to pay and not to pay. You are only talking about schedules. Let it not end there. Your discussion shouldn't end there. Learn to spend at least just 10 minutes a day, every day, asking questions that require an emotional answer. Drop questions to your spouse, questions that will require emotional answer. Like trying to ask them something like, what was your best part of your day? Yes, ask your husband, ask your wife, what was the best part of your day? Or what is stressing you? What is stressing you out now that I can help with? Ask them questions that touches the heart. What is the thing that is bothering you now? That my wife always do it to me. Sometimes she'll ask me, what do you feel about me? What do you think about me? How do you feel about me? And I give answers. It helps. Number 2, try the 6-second hug, according to a man called Dr. John Gottman. In his research, very important, try 6 minutes hug. That research shows that a 6-second hugs can release what is called oxytocin. That is called the bonding hormone. Every day, 6 seconds hug. It is long enough to stop the rush of the day and tell your nervous system something like, it will tell your nervous system that I am safe with this person. Try do it daily when you first see each other, after work, or even before work. Try give yourself 6 seconds hug. It makes your body to relax with that person. Number 3 point is schedule micro dates. Schedule micro dates. Now, if you wait for a free weekend for a major date night, honestly, that will never happen. Don't wait. Start with micro dates. I will explain. That is a 15 minutes coffee morning before the kids wake up, or a walk around the block. Take your husband, take your wife, walk around the block, holding hands together. Take note, consistency is the key here. If it is both of you are Christians, you can stay together early in the morning, study, pray together, share some moments together before the kids wake up. Ask questions and give yourselves answers. Now, my message for single people, for single persons, and even those that are divorced, or you that are viewing, listen to me. For my single for singles that are preparing for marriage, listen to me. You have to understand that romance requires intentional maintenance. Yes, romance doesn't run on autopilot. And for those that are healing from divorce, listen to me, it's not the end of life. Use these steps also that I just shared above as blueprints for what a healthy, active connection should look like. That is, in case you choose to love again, in case you choose to try again, please follow these steps that I've shared above. Let us take note here before I'm rounding off. Marriage, listen to me. Marriage is not about finding the perfect person. No, marriage is all about choosing, it's about continuously choosing the person that you have found, not about finding the perfect person. Continuously choosing the person over and over again, every day of your life. The person you have found, keep choosing the person. That's marriage for you. So, as I'm running off, please do well to comment below with your favorite way to connect with your spouse. Share with us in the comment section. And also, do well to subscribe to this channel, BlissHills Family. And I will see you again in our next video. And until then, please remain blessed. Thank you.
You've been watching BlissHills Relationship and Marital Hub, your home for love, wisdom, and family unity. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Until next time, stay blessed and stay connected in love.